Thank you, Chairman Duncan, for letting me wave on to this Energy Subcommittee hearing to discuss the role of the federal government in managing spent nuclear fuel. As Mr. Carter mentioned earlier, my district in Georgia is home to Plant Vogtle, where the first two nuclear reactors were built in over 30 years in the United States. Unit 3 came into commercial operation last year. Unit 4 is achieved 100% power and is connected to the grid. This was a significant milestone for nuclear energy and for the United States, and it further underscores by the bipartisan passage of the Atomic Energy Advancement Act in the House earlier this year. As we work to expand nuclear energy capabilities in the United States, it is imperative that we address the management of spent nuclear fuel, which is the subject today. This issue is particularly significant for my district and state, given that both Plant Vogtle and the Savannah River site, located across Savannah River, currently house spent nuclear fuel, and probably over 40% of those working at Savannah River site live in across the line in my district. Congress previously took action to address spent nuclear fuel by amending the Nuclear Waste Policy Act of 1982 and selecting Yucca Mountain in 1987 as a site for the permanent repository, being that Yucca Mountain is already contaminated and it is the place that I think we've got nuclear fuel stored in 21 locations around this country, spent fuel, and we're in fact, that was the reason for the trust fund to provide this protection at Yucca Mountain. Mr. Barrett, in 1983, President Reagan signed the Nuclear Waste Policy Act into law, and over 20 years ago, the Congress and President Bush certified Yucca Mountain as the site of the repository after years of scientific study that confirmed Yucca was a suitable site. Can you explain why the Department of Energy under 3 administrations has yet to follow the law of this country and license Yucca?
Because the state of Nevada vehemently objects to it, and this is the United States of America, and they have the political ability to stop it because they did not believe that was fair. And I would add a little bit, Yucca Mountain physically itself, that area of the Nevada test site is not contaminated due to testing from many decades ago. Okay.
What role did congressional appropriations play in this mess?
Congressional appropriations is the tool that the state of Nevada has used to block all progress forward because they do not believe this was fair.
Okay. Mr. White, how much in ratepayer fees to the Nuclear Waste Fund have been expended on Yucca Mountain?
More than $12 billion.
What have ratepayers gotten in return if the Department of Energy continues to not fulfill its responsibilities under the Nuclear Waste Policy Act?
Nothing.
Mr. White, the people of my district, let alone my state of Georgia, should not pay another nickel to the government for high-level waste disposal until the Department of Energy actually accomplishes something. As I understand it, the fee collected from ratepayers was stopped, but Georgia taxpayers continue to pay for the failure of the Department of Energy to take the title to the spent fuel. Should Congress force a public notice of the judgment fund spending so people understand the price of government's failure?
Educating the public on the costs of the program and the costs of inaction would be invaluable.
Going forward, what would you view as a sufficient accomplishment?
Significant progress towards the actual licensing of the repository. We would prefer to see it get licensed so that we could begin construction, but at this point, the fact that there is no review going on at all is troubling. We would like to see review of the license continue and go to completion.
Okay. Dr. Wagner, as mentioned earlier, my district is adjacent to Savannah River site and just across the river. And as you may know, approximately 3,000 spent nuclear fuel bundles are currently stored at SRS. The site is also home to H Canyon Facility, which is the only operating production scale nuclear chemical separations facility in the United States. It's been used in the past to recover usable uranium from processed spent nuclear fuel and is expected in the near future to begin producing HALO fuel, a highly sought-after fuel for advanced nuclear reactors. Are you familiar with H. Cannon facility at SRS?
Somewhat, yes.
Can you speak as to how it might serve as a model or an example of a need for a similar expanded capability in the United States in the future?
It actually has been successfully operating for a number of years on a small scale related to DOE-owned materials, and as you noted, producing HALEU, similar to what we do at Idaho National Laboratory, but in a different way, different facilities. Those are technology demonstrations that could be built and expanded upon going forward.
Okay, great, good. I'm way past my time. I'm sorry. Thank you all for participating in this important hearing, and thank you for helping us try to solve this problem.